I think I need to be a DJ. That's how you start off your Saturday morning, just with a chill vibe, some grooves, and just kind of just mellow out and bring in today's weekend. Because we have started our weekend and it's stupid hot down here in Texas. Still stupid hot. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday morning on August 26, 2023, as we approach the final dance, the final preseason game before we start the regular season. So let's give it up. All right. All the rehearsals is just about over. We're at the point now where we're getting ready to take the stage, and we're going to be going live. What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? It's your boy G, the #1 Cowboy fan, Hampton, coming at you live, direct, and correct as we do Saturday sit down with G, the #1 Cowboy fan, Hampton. All right. And guys, like I said, I was raised right. It's all about respect. It's all about being polite and etiquette. So before I get started in this segment, I have to say a big shout out to all our subscribers and all those that follow us. And like I always say, without you, we would not be where we are. So thank you very, very much. And also, we have to give a big shout out to our social media groups. A big thanks to the Dallas Cowboy on Deck, Cowboys Fan 365, We Them Boys, Dallas Cowboys Insider. These are our social media groups that share our content in their groups. And again, like I say, if you're not a part of these groups, you need to go over and join or add yourself to these groups, because these groups are diehard Cowboy fans. So big ups to our social media groups. Yeah, okay, man. I'm hyped. This is it. It looks like we got some news to report, but we won't get to that. But right now, like I say, we at the final preseason game. And as you know, we will be taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. They actually got us predicted to win this game, but us, we are not into the win-loss situation. We're all about the evaluation, who's going to make this team and who's not. But the prediction is the Cowboys win 23-19. But with that being said, there's a lot that's going on, so basically it says it's been reported that each the Las Vegas Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys each wrap up the preseason schedule Saturday at the AT&T Stadium. Kickoff is for 7 p.m. Central Time. Okay, so it's also been told that the Raiders won the last 6 preseason games dating back to August 29th, 2021, including that 34-17 doubling up of the Los Angeles Rams at the SoFi Stadium last Saturday. And the one thing about this Raiders team, they're putting up some points. They're putting up over 30 points a game. Said the Cowboys were dropped 28-23 in preseason, open against Jacksonville Jaguars at home August 12th, and fell 22-14 on the road against Seattle last Saturday. Dallas is 0-2 against the spread. Well, anyway, and it is what it is. Again, like I said, it depends on how you look at it. There's folks out there that's actually on football boards. Ugh. I mean, you can, but it is so much uncertainty. You don't know these players, and things like that. But there's football boards going around out there. So, but again, like I say, this is the final preseason game, and It's been reported that quarterback Will Greer is scheduled to start Saturday's game, and he is scheduled to finish it too. He is getting a full game to show the other 31 teams what he can do, as he is expected to be a roster casualty after the team traded for San Francisco 49ers quarterback Trey Lance on Friday. Joining starting quarterback Dak Prescott and veteran quarterback Cooper Rush in the quarterback. And we're going to get to that. So definitely talk about what has happened over the last 24 hours. But yeah, so Will Greer, this is a live performance for Will Greer. Okay. So Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, Brian Schottenheimer, they know. So they have to give Will Greer the opportunity to go out and showcase his talent to the other 31 teams. And it makes sense because he's going to probably be the odd man out. Now you probably say, well, Will Greer is probably just as good as Trey Lance. I don't know. Is he? But as we know from our current roster, as far as quarterbacks, we know Will Greer is that guy that's probably on the bubble. Again, so they're giving him the opportunity for this game tonight to showcase his talent that he may be recruited elsewhere. And not only just for Will Greer, but there are some others out there. I would say Kevin Joseph is one that's going to be able to showcase his talent. Jabril Cox is another one. I hate to say it. I had big hopes for Jabril Cox, but unless he's just going to continue to be a special teams guy, there's a lot of guys that's out there. Josh Ball, Isaac Alacone. He's going to be another one that they got to showcase their talent, just in case they receive the eviction notice. That's not. And I'm not trying to be funny because this is a hard thing that's about to take place, man. And I know this from experience. Again, when my son was released by the Cowboys, he did 3 years. And I remember it was Monday morning. I think it was September the 2nd or something like that. And he called, he said, "Pops, I just been released." I'm like, huh? And I said, well, don't worry about it. Call your agent, get with your agent, and you tell your agent what you're trying to do. And I'm sure he's already on it. And which his agent was, which it happens, but he was fortunate enough to get another chance with the Arizona Cardinals. So I pray and hope that this happens to a lot of individuals that may not make the roster. Because right now it says it's reported that teams have to trim their rosters by 4 p.m. Eastern time Tuesday. They have been evaluating players across every position since training camp started in late July. And this week's preseason action offers one last chance to see players on the roster battling for a spot. Now, in previous preseason games, years before this one, there was 4 preseason games. And after each preseason game, they cut so many to get down to the golden number, 53, each game. But this year, it's set up that every team has to dump so many players to reach 53 players at one time. It's been told that it would be over 1,500 players on the waiver wire come Tuesday evening. Now, I know a lot of us are saying, "Well, let's come on, it's time to play football." But again, I've experienced this. This is not a good feeling, and it will probably work for some players, and some it might not work. They'll probably roll back over to the USFL or XFS, XFL or Canadian football or something like that. Not sure, but you know, the thing about this with these players, this is has been their dream, and I say this so many times to high school students that's looking to go through college and go reach the professional level. But the thing about that is, from high school to college, the percentage of you making it D1 becomes a lot slimmer. And then from you going from D1 to the professional level, the percentage grows even more minute. And once you get in the NFL, your chances of getting a second check contract is that much slimmer. We can say, yeah, there's a lot of players out there that has made two contracts. But there's a gang of players that hadn't even completed the one or only made through their first contract. Which your contract always consists of 4 years when you come into the NFL. Some are cut on their third year. Some make their fourth year and don't get another contract, or some will probably get a 1-year contract. So what I say to kids that has this dream of being this professional player, just make sure you have a plan B. Yeah, just make sure you have a plan B, because the NFL can be short-lived, very, very short-lived. And whatever you do, if you are one of those that's playing tonight or you watching this video, just make sure you save your money and invest your money wisely. That's one thing I said about my son right now. He retired. He got his own trucking company, and he's doing good. He's doing very, very good because he saved his money. And now he's living very, very comfortable now. So let's not get caught up in all the bling blings and the fastest cars and the prettiest house. Just make sure you invest your money wisely. And that's just to those that, could be on the bubble. So yeah, we got to get down to 53 men by Tuesday. So something to see. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. And no, Chris, I am not talking about you, my buddy. But the elephant is in the room that that what has happened, that Dallas Cowboys have elected to bring Trey Lance on with the Cowboys for a 4th-round draft pick. And a lot of people say, what is that about? That is so crazy. That is so crazy. Why would we bring Trey Lance on board with us? Well, it's like, come on, guys. It's like going to Trader's Village. If anybody know what Trader Village is all about. It's like going to Trader Village and you go there and you're walking around and you see something that you like. Like what happened to me. I went to go get some brake. I bought me a set of high performance brake rotors and brake pads. Okay. When they had them done. Car stops on a dime. For whatever reason, I needed some tires. For whatever reason, I saw a deal on some tires and some rims. So not only do I have these high performance rotors and brake pads on my car, yeah, I came home with new tires and rims in my car. It was a deal. It was a deal. So this is the same thing what Dallas is saying about Trey Lance. Why not? I mean, it's cheap. I mean, not cheap, but again, it's something that that can probably help later on down the line. And all they want is a 4th-round draft pick. Okay, sure, but like the rims on my rims and tires, there's some good tires, man. I like them. Oh man, and then the rims are whoa. Yeah, got potential. So this is what we're saying with Trey Lance. So it says that Lance price tag. What? He's a $10 million average per year guy for 2 more seasons, fully guaranteed. The Niners created their mess, trading 3 first-round picks for Trey Lance. Wow. And the question why was asked, why would we take on a $20 million practice squad? I don't know. Will it be a practice squad? He's younger than Cooper Rush. He could be your number two because Cooper Rush could be starting somewhere. So, this is a thing about experienced coaches. They're looking at this. Cooper Rush, we're going to let you go through this season, but next season you might have an opportunity to start somewhere. So, Cooper Rush, we could send you on and let people look at you because they know what they're going to get in Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is the bus driver. He knows how to maintain a team. So it asks, why should Dallas rescue them by taking on a $20 million practice squad? I just told you. Trey Lance can eventually be your QB2. That's one instance. Now, another instance is basically for future insurance purposes. And we know that Dak is a $59 million salary cap against the Cowboys. So, with that being said, just say, for instance, negotiations doesn't go right. Just say, for instance, Dak said, wait a minute. Yeah, wait 1 minute. Well, Dallas could say, well, either you can or you can't. But what we do have in our pocket over here, we got this kid, Trey Lance. Now, everybody's saying Trey Lance, and I even said it to Sal. I say, Trey Lance, I don't know, man, what the deal is, but evidently, Mike McCarthy feels that this kid has something. You got to remember, Mike McCarthy kept Aaron Rodgers for so long, and then guess what? He brought in a youngster. He wanted to bring in, what's his name, Love. So it's a possibility. So we got to keep our options open. So we really don't know why, but again, I think Kyle Shanahan, this guy here is a major screw up. We've seen him do this to Garoppolo. Now he's doing it to Trey Lance, which I think basically this guy, Brock Purdy, is going to be next. And the same thing with Sam Darnold. It's not the quarterbacks. And I got a video right here, and we're going to get right into this video. We're going to hear from 49ers camp. And we're going to hear how they felt about this trade. So let's listen to what they had to say about this trade with Trey Lance. So check it out.
They were roughly equal. Maybe one had an edge, maybe one the other. They were pretty much equal. But in the long run, Trey Lance is way more of a talent than Sam Darnold. So if it was only two, I would have kept those two and Darnold goodbye. And Darnold, okay, but now I did some research about you could designate a quarterback. I didn't understand it. And what it means is you name a one and a backup, and then the third guy is designated, and it means he only comes in if the other two guys are at death's door and can't play. Plus, if one of them can come back, he has to come off the field. So he's in sort of a no man's land. He's almost on the practice squad, and it's like he's on the junior varsity. What a slap in the face to Trey Lance, especially the way he played in the last game. Yeah. If you were going to do that, you make Sam Darnold the number 3 because he would be happy to be number 3. Trey Lance would not be. And what Kyle did is he lost this kid.
Crushed him.
I crushed him. I think my guess, again, I never met Trey Lance. My guess is he hates Kyle's guts because he sees how he's handled them. But this is kicking him in the groin. And I think Darnold, who has no future except as a backup in the league, would have accepted the number 3 under these conditions, the designated quarterback. I think this is the worst case of a coach misjudging his talent and crushing a talent. And Iggy, we know coaches, they don't act like that.
No,
they don't act like that.
Coaches, teachers, your job is not to break a student down. Your job is not to find the worst in that student and kill their confidence. Your job is to build them up. Some guys can do that. I don't think he can do that. I think Robert Saleh can do that. I think D'Amico Ryans could do that. I think they demonstrated it. But Kyle is just so relentlessly negative. And, I think Brock Purdy's going to be a victim of that eventually. Yep. And so will Sam Darnold. Everyone is.
So was Jimmy.
So was Jimmy.
So was Jimmy.
A lot of people sided with Kyle about the Jimmy thing, including me. But now that he keeps doing it to quarterback after quarterback after quarterback, eventually it's like, nah, man, it's you.
Yeah. Here's what.
Woo! So that's how the 49ers camp is feeling. They're pissed. Sam Darnold. And again, we remember the 49ers went through about 14 quarterbacks last season. Ooh. But again, this is how they feel about Kyle Shanahan and his antics again with these quarterbacks. And it's so true. He has done this several times with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I always thought Jimmy Garoppolo was a Cooper Rush, if not a little bit better. And this is what I felt about Jimmy Garoppolo. But now we're starting to show. This is more of a Kyle Shanahan thing. So I say it's a good deal for us. And I'm sure Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer, they're going to work with this kid. They're going to work with this kid. And not to say that our offense is pretty similar to what the 49ers is using. So wouldn't it be something when we play the 49ers, we get Trey Lance, we beat them so bad, we let Trey Lance get in there and rope-a-dope them boys. Oh, wow. But anyway, guys, I got to get off of here, man. I got some things to do today on this Saturday morning, and I've already taken up 20 minutes of your time. But, yeah, we have to talk about this stuff, man. But like I said, this is the final preseason game. This is the final stage performance for Will Grier and a lot of others. Again, a lot of people say, I'm not even watch the game. I'm not going to be but that's fine. But as far as me, I need to know what pieces are going to be added and what pieces are going to be subtracted. I'm diehard. I got to see. So, again, with that being said, guys, I'm not going to hold y'all any longer. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend and continue to stay safe and be blessed. Like I always say, don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. So let's make it happen. Dallas Cowboys. Pitch your guru. Cowboys.